Spider-Man 2 on the PS5 is one of my favorite games to play on this console. And yet it have a whole lot of story issues. And when this game came out a couple years ago, about like 3 years ago, hey guys, me again, Rex is here. How's it going, guys? And when I first played this game, I was loving it and I was enjoying it. And I enjoyed about the first, let's say, 50 100 hours to the game. How it's like beating the story, the song content, the traversal is really good, and I will give this game props. Also, the traversal system in this game is really well done. I gotta say that. Momentum, the whole nine, string assist, the whole stick, and if you're gonna see, I hope it get improved on the web slinging and into the next game, which is the final act, which is Spider-Man 3, the final chapter. So I want to say something to you guys that have been heavily on my mind about this game. And since I started watching some videos about people talking about Spider-Man 2, and I will admit also the story has some flaws. There's a bunch of story flaws in this game, and when this game first came out, also I was a glazer. And I was glazing the game a little bit too hard, and I think the dust has settled now. Also, it's been a few years by now, and I would say this not the best Spider-Man 2. This not the best Spider-Man story at all. And of course, also one of my good friends, also known as Mark Galloway, formerly known as Lego 506 or MT Driver 316, and he would probably see this video and be like, "Yo, what the hell? You switching up just like that?" I'm not switching up, and with time progress, when I play this game more and more, I just want to see the issues and the flaws of this game. And for example, during the opening of this game, you fight Sandman. There's a whole lot of like issues with that fight and that story boss. And one also is this how how the hell Peter also denied um I'm pretty sure he really did sense it over like Miles did. If so, like how the hell also he like the whole stick? Like I could people would say like, oh, he's the one that let Miles do it, and I will probably say yeah, do it up. And also, what gets me also when you bat your leg on face up against Sandman and his little Sandy Goonies, right? And however, my way. My boy Peter again knocked around in the first opening. Like, what the hell? Like, this not Spider-Man I used to know. Like, the Spider sense in this game does not make any sense. It does not. And like, if you look at the first game, the Spider-Man PS4 game, right? The 2018 game, and I would say this as well. It's still by far one of the best games ever made. Yeah, it has some like flaws a little bit here and there, and people say, "Oh, it's the perfect game of all time." No game is no perfect. All right, it still has some issues, and I would definitely say this. Like with Spider-Man 2, my way, the Spider Sense is inconsistent. In the first Spider-Man game, the Spider Sense was consistent. And however, my way, and during the first game where you chase Shocker, the whole nine, and however, with the Spider Sense also, like chasing Shocker, also the Spider Sense will definitely work. Also, if be like just like Spider-Man, like the Spider Sense tingling up when danger up votes and the whole nine. Like in this fucking game, my way, when you chase a hunter or a bird like drone, right? It's one of the main missions, right? Howsoever, like, how the hell, my way? Yeah, you gotta see that. I try to like, yeah. Like, how the hell, my way, that my boy Peter get like a drone my way, grab him up in the air my way, just like that. Like what the hell? These spider sense did not tingle. Like what the fuck? Like I'm a huge fan of Spider-Man. I really am, and I felt a lot of my love for Spider-Man when I was a kid. And I play many games also about Spider-Man, and I want to say this as well. The spider sense in this game is not consistent as well. It's inconsistent. And the story of this game is about mid, and because Harry is freaking Venom, and we're just stupid on their part, and the whole stick. I remember I made a video years ago before the game even comes out. It was a year ago before the game comes out, right? However, I made a video on this channel talking about like what I think the story should be. I say it's gonna be just like Web of Shadows, but it's not gonna be like Web of Shadows. And we have more 706 into the fold, and we have Quavy into the fold as well, and Venom as well. However, this is what I'm thinking as well. I was thinking like, because they have Harry as quote unquote Venom, and however. And my initial thoughts my initial thoughts about what the story should be, and the story should be like emotional and holistic, compelling, the whole nine. I was thinking of like more like Phantom would be like more into the game that we see in the trailers, like the cinematic trailer, the whole nine. And what's so stupid also, when the game comes out, we barely see Venom in the final act. Like what the hell? They completely misuse my boy just like that. They mistreat my boy Tony Top for that reason. And like I would say this RIP Tony Todd, one of the best voice actors for Venom. I gotta say that. And there's one thing I will admit: I do not like the spider design for Venom because of that reason. Because of it's not comic accurate. And those who want to comic accurate also a Venom. Hopefully you get to see that. Hopefully maybe in Spider-Man 3, the final act, or Venom, or a Venom game. It would does get confirmed. Yes, I don't know when it's gonna happen, the whole nine. So yeah. So I would even say this, like this game misused my boy's Venom, and they only use like 10% of my boy Tony Todd's voice for Venom, 10% in the game, and the other 90% were the 90% of his voice lines for Venom. It's completely cut off from the game because due to deadline, and plus also they were planning on making DLCs for the game, and they had to cancel the DLC because some fools, by the way, who was unemployed, by the way, decided to like leak majority of Insomniac's roadmap for Spider-Man 2. They had to like scratch everything. I blame them because for that reason, and that's the reason why we're not getting those DLCs for this game. Because the full Spider-Man game had DLCs like The City Never Sleeps Part 1. My way, I wish we have another City Never Sleeps Part 2 DLC in this game. But no. They decided, the leakers decided, nope, fuck that. My way, I want to leak everything about this game. Like, for that also, like, why does like big studios like Insomniac also have to like, and Ubisoft too also, they have to deal with like leakers or hackers, kind of like that, right? And it's so annoying that like gaming right now is portable now, and I don't know what I gotta say right now. All I gotta say is that like this game, I'm not talking like out of my ass right now. So to get back to the point, Tyler. Alright, so I want them to say this, that like this game, I know I love this game, but it does have some issues. And how the fuck this symbiote is still fucking like going around after you defeated Venom after the final battle? And how the fuck? Same goes for the Hunters too. How the fuck is he still here after Kraven's dead? In the first game, also it's justified because after you defeated Martin Lee, my way, there was crime system in there. There was thug crimes, demon crimes, saber crimes, prisoner crimes. And this game, before I talk about this game, my way now. So in the first game, it has its purpose. After you 100% a district, also those crimes will not happen at all, except thug crimes will happen frequently. After you 100% defeated Spider-Man PS4 or Remastered version, and I don't really care about Remastered version. I like the PS4 version a lot more better because, the face model for Peter is actually accurate than this piece of shit Peter model. Like, don't get me wrong, also, I get it, but I highly recommend keep the face model from the first Spider-Man game into the next future Spider-Man games, which is so fucking stupid. Sorry, guys. That's my only nitpick about that. Like, it's so annoying what they did also. Like, I like it something like as a game studio, but changing the model for the remastered version, it's like, why? Why? You could have kept the original face for Peter from the PS4 game into the remastered game. That's just stupid. You annihilated your own fans for that reason. And however, by the way, like people like to talk about DIY, work slop in this game. I don't really care about the whole stupid rogue shit or DIY shit. I don't really care about in games. All I care about also, I just want to enjoy my time with the game, the whole nine. And it's also one of my issues with this game, and like Peter keep getting knocked around. And for example, there was good men, the story. When, quote unquote, Dr. Connors also turned into the lizard, the horsick, we had to find him, the whole nine. However, how the fuck Kraven uses his big boy knife to stab my boy Peter right in the abdomen, right? Yeah, right in the abdomen. How the fuck you die from that? Like, seriously, Peter should not have died from that. He has superhuman strength. Like, how the hell? They know my boy real hard. The horsick. And not just that, also, if his body sense was tingling also before the night comes in, he could have, like, used his my way. Yeah, he blocked that punch what Kid quickly gave him, which he should have done my way before the night gets him, despite saying what tingle my way the danger come up, he could have used his other hand, be like stop the hand, stop the knife. He could have done that. But no, Examine's like, no, we're gonna have Kraven kill Peter and then hey we revive him with the symbiote. It's just so fucking stupid. And if I was a story writer, also I'm a story writer in my own thing. If I was a story writer for this game, I will write a better story than this piece of shit story. This mess story. So, like I said, I made a video about it also, and I say this, if during the Miles Morales game, there's like a cutscene, my way, when like Norman went into the lab, talked to Dr. Connors, I want my son out. And that ended there, right? However, my initial thought for the story, it's gonna pick right up also until like Norman like gets his son out also, and also I thought also Harry's gonna go ballistic also like get lost in the symbiote because he dealt with his mother's death, and of course the symbiote preys on that also, and try to bond with the horsick. And I thought also that like the symbiote go haywire, turn Harry into Venom, and then all of a sudden, maybe something different, or maybe ancient Venom, maybe I don't really know. So therefore, by the way, Peter Miles, they turn on the news also. They're like, Oscar is under attack by some weird alien creature being like Spider-Man, right? So Peter Miles stood up, go to Oscorp, finds out what's going on, all of a sudden they see Venom ravaging around also in Oscorp and broke out of it, and all of a sudden no one was saying to the boy Spider-Man, help my son. And all of a sudden Peter get it two together. It's like, what do you do to your son? Not as Peter, but as Spider-Man. I say this, what did you do? And trying to find his best friend, while Miles also can actually, helping the people from the ground level. Because both Spider-Man had the whole thing. But I'm like, in the cinematic trailer, we see both Spider-Man fighting fighting Venom. And then let's just say, I know it's gonna come down to that, right? People evacuated also to New York because of Venom's ravaging through New York, symbolizing people, the whole sick, and the whole nine. And my initial thoughts also, we have the Sinister Six established in this game, by the way, that Venom will go to the rafts, or Harry go to the rafts, also get the learns about the Scorpion, Shocker, or something like that, or Morton Lee, kind of like that. So, and then he would symbolize these villains into Symbiote Scorpion, Symbiote Shocker, or Symbiote Morton Lee. That would be so sick, fighting Symbiote Morton Lee. That'd be so fucking sick. But no, Insomniac tried to do a 180 on this story and just explain the Heal the War storyline, which is not sort of for Venom. It is not. It is not sort of for Venom to control the world as much. His initially, Venom's goal also is to kill the spider, my way, where he first appeared. He wants to kill the spider, and then along the way, until like Venom and Spider-Man found the middle ground to fight, a common enemy, my way, like Carnage into the Venom game or the DLC. And the whole thing, that'd be really cool. But no. So yeah. And before I ended off with this video also, there's one thing I wanted to explain. After you finish Spider-Man 2, this game, right? The PS5 version. So I wanted to see this now. If you doing a final battle with Venom, I really wish that after you finish the final battle, when the cutscenes scroll up, also, I really though we have like 2 post-credit scenes. You can see, or 3 post-credit scenes also. I don't know. We get to see like Miles also get the girl he wants, meeting and see the moon, turning to be Silk. And we see Norman talking to Doc Ock. I really hope we can get another post-credit scene. Harry wakes up from his coma, or something like that. Or let's say Eddie Brock is going to Oscorp also and try to or ruin Emily May Foundation, something like that, and go there, take some pictures for the Daily Bugle, something like that. And all of a sudden, Eddie saw this symbiote also has been left behind by Harry, my way, and all of a sudden landed on him, become the new Venom. I really hope that, but no. And after that, also that we get to play as Venom in Spider-Man 2 will be visually unlocked. Unlock Venom. In Spider-Man 2 can play as him, but no, there is not. And I remember there was a quote-unquote glitch. You had to play as Venom in the game because also this game is on the PC and people just play Venom as well, and it's so stupid, it really is. So that's my only complaint about it. If you beat Venom in the story, also you couldn't unlock him straight off the gate, because that would be so fucking cool to play as Venom as a free roam after the story is done. So yeah, I'm done. I'm done talking about this. So don't forget to come subscribe. I just want to explain my only problems with this game, and yeah. So it's been me. Rex is here, and Rex is out of here. Peace out.